Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you 5 different tips on how to get into AddMaths. Now, if you're just Form 4 and you're just a fresh student that doesn't know anything about AddMaths, here are the 5 tips for you that you need to know on how to start actually grinding AddMaths and getting good results in SPM. The first tip is going to be undeniably going to be mastering your basic maths. Now, Form 1 all the way to Form 3, those chapters you have to remember. You don't have to remember every single one of them, but here are the 4 different topics that you will actually use in AddMaths. The first one being algebraic expressions. Now, algebraic expressions such as y equals to x blah blah blah, something that has different unknowns, is going to be really crucial because you will have to use the 3 different methods on solving these algebraic expressions such as factorizing, expanding, and simplifying. 3 things in MS you must master in order to progress in MS, because there are a lot of different chapters and not just basically every single chapter is going to rely on algebraic expressions. The second one is being circle. Circle is a very forgettable thing in your Form 2 journey, but then in Form 5 you have to use it again, especially for Form 5 watchers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Form 5 you will have to learn one chapter about a circle that also applies formulas, and it's going to be a bit hard, but it's not going to be really that difficult if you think about it. And while you're at it, you need to remember all the parts of the circle, such as the radius, the diameter, the arc, the sector, and the segments, and so on. The third one is going to be undeniably sine, cos, tangent. Now, you already have learned in Form 3, which is kind of a small part, because sine, cos, tangent is really huge, and you only learn the hypotenuse, the adjacent, and the opposite. Now you need to learn other things of the sine, cos, tangent in Form 5, so it's recommended for you to at least remember them. And you also will use sine, cos in Form 4 Chapter 9, which you will get into really early because your first midterm is gonna have that chapter inside of it. The fourth one is gonna be graph equations. Now, you definitely heard of straight lines because you basically just recently learned it in Form 3, and you will have to master it because it will be applied in a lot of chapters of maths. And if you're Form 4 and you just started Chapter 1 for maths, then you definitely love quadratic equations. We will have quadratic equations in Form 4 maths, so you will have to actually know the basics at least of quadratic equations. Now, my second tip is going to be consistency. Now, I get it, a lot of subjects need you to be consistent in order to get better, but MS is literally the most impact of it, because MS requires a lot of practice, and I think you should do it around 2 to 3 MS sessions a week so that you can get the best results. When I was in Form 4 and Form 5, I also did quite a bit, but I was quite inconsistent as well, and it was kind of a bummer because you really have to remember those formulas that you have learned in the past so that you can apply it in either future chapters or just a lot of different other questions, AddMaths questions. Now, the third tip that I'm going to give you is going to be practice. Now, practicing, literally the most important thing about AddMaths is literally just practicing. Now, you can buy tropical books when you just started is pretty good, but once you get into the late Form 4 and Form 5s, you don't really need tropical books anymore. Instead, you should focus on trial papers. SPM trial papers are literally scattered around the internet, and you can basically just find them really easily by just downloading the PDF and then print it out if you want to, or you can do it on your screen and then you just do it and then give yourself like a time duration like 2.5 hours or 2 hours depending which paper you're doing, and then learn your mistakes from there and so on. The fourth one is, of course, do not memorize. Okay, you're not reading Sejarah, you're not reading physics, you're not reading chemistry. Maths, it doesn't require memorizing, it requires understanding and of course remembering. Now, you get it, remembering isn't it the same as memorizing? Actually, not really. MS, the more you do, those equations that you have done will definitely be in your brain, so you can basically rap it out all you want when you're free with your friends or something. You just rap it out and have fun. It's a great experience. I have done it a lot of times before. So not least, the fifth tip I want to give you is do not last minute study AddMaths. It is literally a sin if you're doing last minute study for AddMaths, because you're either gonna give up or you're just gonna do until you're basically fell asleep, because AddMaths requires patience and consistency. You can't really just be gone for like a few months and then all of a sudden you have final exams, and then you're just gonna, oh shit, I'm gonna finish AddMaths in like 2 days, 2 nights is gonna be enough. Absolutely don't do that, because you are going to fail AddMaths, and probably 90% of the students that take AddMaths also does that. So I don't really recommend you getting it whatsoever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. 5 tips for Form 4 students, and I really wish you all the best. And I also have a online tuition going on, which is about to start in a few weeks. So if you want to join, you can contact me via email, and then we can get along with that. And I wish you luck in SPM.